All right, welcome back. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Talk of the Sports podcast. Now, we have a lot to discuss, guys. So, um, we're gonna get right to it. But of course, before we start, gotta know, it's Wednesday. It's been a whole week since we last discussed, at least to the viewers, anyways. So, how you been? How's your week going?
Oh, I, I literally almost just died earlier.
What the heck?
Yeah. Um, if you were walking around my house, you may have heard me screaming like a little girl because for like probably 5 minutes, to be honest with you, because so I ordered a spicy chicken sandwich from, uh, what's it called again? Like it's like a chicken spot in town.
Popeyes.
Dave's Hot Chicken.
Dave's hot chicken. Did you get the hottest hot option?
The Reaper. I got a
You got
side of
so
I
you
got a
got
Reaper tender on
damn.
the side. So okay, I ate the Reaper tender, right? No problem. Tongue burning, everything fine, fine. So I'm playing Xbox, and then I go to wipe my face.
You didn't wash your hands?
I wipe my hands off,
Bro,
but
you
like
need to wash your hands. What you mean you wiped your hands off?
I had a paper
Unless,
towel. I
that
wiped
has not, bro, unless it was a moist towelette or something like that,
it.
anything dry didn't do nothing.
Well, it was. I thought I had it all off, but
That's crazy.
it actually wasn't burning that much at first, but then like literally 15 minutes before 7, I went to like just clean my eyes out. There was something in my eye, and oh my god, oh my god, the pain that oh man, yeah, yeah, that's when you would have heard me screaming like a little girl, but
That's crazy.
better now. Seriously, I'm telling you.
Shegs, I hope you didn't try to kill yourself.
No, no, but there are a couple people allegedly at my job that need to watch their back, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, we here at Talkative Sports do not endorse the use of violence. We endorse calm mediation.
Resolution.
Exactly, calm mediation and resolution. And on that note, let's get started. Let's get started. So we had the second half of the round of 16 ties, and to be honest with you, if you looked at the ties on paper and at the beginning, before the first legs are played, and now you're looking at it, and you didn't watch any of the games, and you're looking at it now with the results and who actually qualified to the next round, you really wouldn't be surprised. The ties kind of played out as you would have expected it to. Now, if you go into the real nitty gritty, there's really two surprising performances, I would say. One, not so much when you consider the two teams that played in Inter Milan and Atletico Madrid, because both teams kind of play very similarly, in that they can be described as defense minded first, a lot more so for Atletico, but the way that's how you could be those two teams could be described. But where I would say what I would say was the most surprising was definitely Arsenal and Porto. I did not expect Arsenal to have that tough of a time. Granted, I guess you should have expected it because if you saw Porto warming up, all they were doing during warm-ups was defending their box, defending their penalty box.
I'm
But
disappointed in Porto, to be honest.
what you say?
I'm disappointed in Porto. Yeah,
Okay, take it away. Take it away. I wanted to take your thoughts on the game. So go ahead. Go off, Chief.
they can close it out. Like, come on. Like they've actually been one of the toughest teams in Europe, and even if you go back to look at their group stage, they're one of the best teams in the Champions League. Come on, you had them on the ropes. You had them.
If they
I'm
had a little
disappointed.
bit better finishing, just like Inter today, they could have been a different result. But hey,
You
it is
gotta
what it is.
you gotta take your chances when they present themselves. You know.
What says you, Shags? What was your takeaway?
I, for one, am not surprised that Arsenal struggled. Um,
Really?
I'm more surprised that Porto did not take advantage of Arsenal's struggles.
Really?
Because as I predicted, Porto going through, and like Porto, a kind of team, they defend for their lives, and then they score one. All they needed to do was score, and they failed to do that. All they needed to do was convert one chance. Arsenal, it don't matter. They're gonna have 10, 20 chances and 10 quality chances and 5 where they could have scored. Now, the goal they scored was like, that was a really great. When I saw it go, I was like, okay, that was a really good goal. But Porto's chances, I'm like, that was your chance, Porto. Like, that's literally all. At any point after that Arsenal goal, all you had to do was force the ball into the back of net and you were through, because Arsenal were not scoring another goal in regulation. And then in penalties, it just went down to who's more talented and who's the better goalkeeper. And Raya showed up for them, for Arsenal. And unfortunately for Porto, they just could not hang at that point. So, yeah, gutted. I'm not really gutted for Porto, but I'll just say, the better team did win. The better
Hmm.
team went through in Arsenal. They dominated. But it's like Porto had a chance to sculpt Arsenal and they didn't take it. So
I
that's
wouldn't
my
really.
take.
I don't
I
know if
agree.
the better team went through.
Uh,
I would disagree.
No, definitely the better team went through. Hold on, he was right there. Where I would disagree with his statement is the use of the word dominated. I do not think it was dominated. If I were to say, because the shots
Team go through.
Dominated for who?
It was
for
a,
Arsenal?
Arsenal, yeah,
it,
yeah,
I
I
wouldn't say
wouldn't say
they
it was dominated.
dominated. I don't think I said they dominated. I said they had the majority of the better chances throughout
Okay.
both
take
legs, and they
time.
didn't take them. They only scored one goal
Mm-hmm.
throughout the 180 plus minutes, probably.
Yep.
So in 210 minutes, they scored one goal. And they
Mm-hmm.
had chances. They had the majority of chances. So on paper, it looks like they dominated, but they didn't take their chances. I'm disappointed in Porto because, they don't
I
have
mean,
that many
you
chances,
could say
period, but they
better
usually
team.
convert.
You could
Better
say the
team?
on you could say the better team on paper went through, but I don't think the better team went through because, like I said, Porto, evidence, statistics, history this season in the Champions League have been one of the best teams in the Champions League. So they were essentially, to me, I don't care about Vegas and their odds, whatever. To me, they were the better team in this tie, but they squandered their chances.
So on that note, actually, here's the next question I want to throw out to you guys. Considering how difficult it looked um,
Mm.
for Arsenal to come out on top in this game, do you think Arsenal should be concerned going forward um, into the quarterfinals? And that's a two-pronged question. I'd flip it on the other side. Do you think there were teams that were concerned before watching Arsenal play this game that are now like rubbing their hands together, like, oh, okay, can't wait to see them? So go ahead.
First of all, when it comes to the Champions League, there's their first knockout round win since what, 2009. So yeah, they should always be concerned
What?
when it comes to the Champions League. Um,
Wow.
should other teams be concerned? No, no other team that's in the knockout round should be concerned. Now, I'm not saying they should say, "Oh, it's Arsenal." I'm just saying like whoever gets a draw against Arsenal is probably the luckiest team in that round. Man City, Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern, Barcelona, Dortmund, Atletico
Yeah.
Madrid.
I don't think.
Arsenal are the weakest team in the round, so it's like
You really think Arsenal's the
everybody
weakest?
is willing to play against them. Like all these other teams have been in the knockout rounds of the Champions League consistently over the past 10, 15 years. Arsenal have not.
Okay.
So if I'm Arsenal, I'm worried. And they
Yeah,
should be worried because they're like, are you ever going to win a Champions League?
they
When are
couldn't
you
win a
going to
chip
win one?
with Thierry Henry. Like,
So yeah, like I would like them. I would like to see them drawn against Barcelona.
Okay.
oh,
I think that
that
would
would
be
be
a
a good
very
match.
good round, like draw for them. I would like to see that. So
I would pick Arsenal to win that matchup because I don't.
Okay, so Barcelona is the best draw. So who would their nightmare draw be?
Arsenal's nightmare draw.
Yeah,
Man City.
Nah. Honestly, PSG.
really?
No,
Mbappe.
no, no.
Telling you.
It's
I
Man
PSG.
don't.
City. Man City will beat them over two legs guaranteed every time,
That's an
100,000%.
obvious answer, Shags. Why do you have to
Yes, it
give?
is. But
Trying
it's like
I
no,
mean,
it's not guaranteed that they'll beat PSG. That's a tie.
to
That's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
tie.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Right. Arsenal plays Man City at least 2, 3 times every season. So they're gonna give Man City a good game. It's not gonna be just the 3-1. No, they're gonna give Man City a good game. Man City is gonna win, of course, but they're gonna give Man City a good game. PSG is gonna be 3-0. I promise you. Okay.
No, I'm not sure if PSG.
Mbappe, Mbappe, Mbappe.
see,
Okay.
see.
Look,
If you
PSG have not faced any kind of like real
facts,
competition in
facts,
this
and
Champions
even
League.
outside of that, hold on, and even outside of that, even outside of the composition that they faced, I'll give that to you. I agree with Shegs, but I'll even give that to you. I just don't believe in the setup of that team. If you told me you felt this way about Bayern, I'd be like, all right, yeah, they went on their day, they're easily put in 6 past somebody. Have
I
we
don't
Look,
seen PSG
look,
put 6 past
PSG
somebody
were
this
in the
season?
group of death. PSG were in the group of death with Dortmund, AC Milan, Newcastle, and they barely scraped in a group where we expected them to be tough, but to win. They had 2 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses.
who had the tougher draw against uh in the sorry or sorry I shouldn't say who had a tougher draw. Who played better in their first round draw? PSG or Arsenal? It
I
PSG
wasn't
played
even
wouldn't
better.
know because I
close.
wasn't focused on
PSG
the
played.
PSG game.
That looked like one of their French their French buddies.
But
PS
they played Real
PSG did play better.
Sociedad. They played Real Sociedad though.
No, but that's a team that's in the knockout round,
Yeah,
man.
but
Against Arsenal do against Porto.
Bro,
Real
during that
Sociedad or
during that
Porto, who's the better team?
Oh no. Like I said, Porto is a better team. But what I'm saying is, the team that played better in their first round was undoubtedly PSG. They walked all over Sociedad. It could have been like 6-1.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you
but
watch the
like Real
games, hold
Sociedad
on,
are
if
much
you
weaker opposition than Porto.
not even that,
Not
Real Sociedad
They
couldn't hit the
should have
side of a
walked
barn.
all over Real Sociedad.
Why couldn't they hit this?
Bro, it's not, bro. Don't speak as if PSG was defending something silly. They were not. They could not. They're the only
Look, man,
person
maybe I
that
need to put
actually
some respect on it because they did win their group over
the
Inter.
only
Real
person the only
Sociedad.
person that seemed about it in both sides both legs of this tag was Take Kubo. Other than that, everybody else was
Okay,
uh
who does Porto have? Name one player in Porto. I'll wait. I mean, yeah,
I was
Okay.
very impressed with Pepe. I was very impressed with
They
Pepe.
have two
Yo,
Pepes, so
in
that's
fact,
two.
Pepe Senior. I was
Yes.
impressed with both of them. I was impressed with both of them. But Pepe Senior, let me tell you guys something. The first goal that Arsenal scored, I'm telling you, Martinez was it? No. Trossard scored that goal because of Pepe's age. Trossard scored that goal because of Pepe's age. Because the way Pepe closed out on him, he was just that much short, and that's just due to him being over 40.
Thanks for
If
making my point,
if
Mark.
if those were 38-year-old legs, even he would have got that and blocked that goal.
Marcus, if Porto was PSG, Arsenal would have lost that tie. Is what I'm trying to tell you. They would have lost. They would lose.
Losing
I
to
don't
Real
think I don't think Porto.
Sociedad.
But here's the thing. Here's where we disagree. Here's where we disagree. I don't think PSG would have been as disciplined defensively.
It doesn't matter because they have
I think it
Mbappe.
does. I think it does.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it does as much when you have Mbappe because Arsenal can't just go asleep because Arsenal dominated position wide. They're not afraid of anybody attacking wise on Porto. But when you're playing PSG, you can't just follow up against Mbappe. He'll punish you. He will score when he's in front of the goal. He puts the ball in the back of the net most of the time. Not like Takefusa Kubo, who you just said. I mean, he's good, but he's not Mbappe.
That's fair. To be fair, Take Kubo is still growing. He's still
I
growing,
like him. No, no,
coming
I
into
like the kid.
himself.
I really do like him. I like the Japanese team too, but like I mean, come on now, like let's. there's levels.
Hey,
All right,
not to talk Arsenal up, but we have seen them defend good again and beat teams like Man City, where there's a constant threat from everywhere. So you know,
Yeah, but they're
maybe
gonna
maybe they can handle Mbappe. If they can
just like
handle Haaland, why not
just
Mbappe?
Marcus is saying, just like because Mbappe is not Haaland. First of all, you know that, and I know that. Number two, just like Marcus said, Arsenal's gonna underestimate PSG, bro. First of all,
No,
they're
they,
the
no,
farm league.
they
They haven't
won't.
been. They haven't.
They are
She
not going
hasn't
to
looked good.
underestimate PSG.
Y'all just did. Y'all just proved my point. Y'all
No,
just did.
Arsenal are not going to underestimate. They shouldn't. If they do, okay, they're cooked. But why would they?
They will. Because
They have no reason to underestimate PSG.
they do. Because PSG has not looked good in their league. They've tied 3 straight games.
they really haven't.
They're
They have not
playing
looked good.
good.
They have not.
But
There
in the
is look,
Champions League, they're a different team.
Yeah, all I know is
underestimating
PSG.
Mbappe is something Pep would do. I mean, I said Pep, something Poch would do. But Arteta, there's no way Arteta is looking at PSG and thinking, oh, they're bad in their league and they barely scrape by. We're just not gonna have a plan for Mbappe. There's no way
What
they're gonna underestimate,
about Porto?
especially with when they have a lot to prove. They're not underestimating anybody they get drawn against.
They didn't underestimate Porto.
No, they
Okay.
did not. They struggled
I
against
would nah.
Porto
I would.
because
Yeah, they
Porto was
struggled.
strong.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was an
They did not
underestimation.
underestimate Porto. They pulled everything they could and barely managed to go through. But they did not underestimate Porto.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
All right.
Fair
We'll
enough.
leave that where it is. On to another, the other tie that went to penalties. One that took place today. Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid. Honestly, watching this game, I think
Man.
that I think the team that deserved to win won
Hmm.
because Atletico fought. They really fought their hardest at this. Like, what I would say this, Memphis
Enough.
Depay, what a guy.
Simeone slander. Enough Simeone slander. All right, go on. Memphis Depay. I just had
You're
to.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Because Simeone, he made the necessary substitutions.
Man.
Taking off Morata for Depay was a stroke of genius. Stroke of genius. Stroke of genius. Stroke of genius.
Well, like,
Bringing on Correa. I don't know I forget. I don't know the person who he took off for Correa, but bringing on Correa, stroke of genius. Stroke of
Lorente.
genius.
I think Lorente was the first song.
Yes,
Strike.
Lorente came on. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yeah.
And then Aspie, your Aspie,
He
your Aspie.
Liquidity.
played so well. That
He
shit.
just they
Oh,
just extended him. I
yeah.
see why. I
Yeah.
see why.
He's
And
gonna be their
then
captain.
the
No,
starlet, and then the starlet, and Antoine Griezmann. Oh my gosh. I saw that these guys that they gave him a ring a couple months back, and he really deserves it. The way that man works is ridiculous. Like he led the charge and around him, like that team, the fans, they really got behind the squad today, and the squad really pushed it out. Now, so that's all I got to say about Atletico. Good job, Diego Simeone. Tip of the cap to you, caps off to you rather. Yo, good job, guys. Very proud, very proud. Now we look on to the other side. Inter Milan, last year's runners up. Last year's bane to my existence in that final that my Manchester City had to fight, and Rodri had to come and save us. And this is how they got knocked out. And if you watch that game, the sole reason that Inter Milan is out is due to poor finishing on the day. Poor finishing on the day. That's my main takeaway. What you guys got?
George checks.
I would say like Atletico Madrid will frustrate you. They will fight you, and you really have to you have to show your class to beat them.
You
Like
have to play
I see,
all
yeah,
98 minutes all the
and
way.
not only do you have to play every single minute of the game, the players with talent have to show that they're more talented than the guys on the other side. Because every time I see Atletico lose, like get knocked out, that's the only way they lose. If Lautaro Martinez isn't curling one into the top 90, they're they're not beating Atletico Madrid by scoring a normal goal or playing normal. No, they have to go above beyond because those guys know how to frustrate because their entire existence is frustrating Barcelona and Real Madrid. So you have to be a step above. And this game is just more of the same. Seeing especially even Lautaro's penalty. If you watched it, like, because I watched like the after commentary of the game, even in his walk up to pick up the ball, he dropped the ball twice. You could tell how tired he was. And
I
when he went
couldn't watch. I was crying, so I could only listen.
and by the time he finally like you don't like when have you seen a run up where the guy tries to bounce the ball and can't catch it and fumbles it twice and then he blasts it over the bar? Like he was done. He was cooked. He had nothing left and he missed. Although I don't blame him because at that point Atletico they already saved two penalties. So
Hmm
it was already
Black.
done. Yeah, all black.
Even if he had scored, if the next
The
Atletico
next
guy
penalty
walked up,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah, he scores that penalty, they win the game anyway. So
Yeah.
it
So
was really inconsequential. His miss, all his miss did was just bring forth the inevitable a lot quicker.
yeah,
That's all it did.
it just ended the game quicker, put them out their misery quicker. So it's like, yeah, Martinez, Turam, y'all had a bad game. Y'all did not finish, no chances. Um, and
Wait, hold on. You said Martinez? Hold on. Wait. That man was providing chances. I'm not sure he actually had that many chances on the day.
but he didn't finish none.
He
That's
had
his
he
job,
had
man.
he had a Drogba-esque chance.
You're
If
right.
you put Didier Drogba there, what happens, Marcus? Are we even having this conversation? So
That's
that's
fair.
that's that's the level I hold because, like I said, that's my guy, Lautaro Martinez. I would probably sell off Chelsea shares to get him to our club. Seriously, that's how high I rate. Seriously,
He had one big chance missed. He had three shots. The others were off target. He created two chances. Like that's not what you do when you're in danger of getting knocked out of
you
the
gotta
champion.
take that
So
that
wait, hold
chance.
on.
That
To be
chance.
fair though, to
And
be
he's
fair
their
though, the
captain.
two wait.
He's the
To
captain of
be
the
fair
team.
though,
He has to take the
hold on,
lead.
hold on, hold on. To be fair though, the two chances he created were two key chances.
They were. They were.
Two
He
key
did.
chances. Better finishes on those days from those players.
Barella
Those
should
are
have
two goals.
running. Just keep on running. He took this. He took it too early, but he was probably like dead out of breath. But I would
Yeah,
say the only thing that I can blame Lautaro on was for the missed chance at the corner and the missed penalty. That's it.
yeah,
You know.
man. It's like, but that's what Atletico will do to you. They will run you into the ground. They will get you out of your game. And on any other day, those chances will probably go in, but not today, not towards Atletico, not in their crib. No, it wasn't happening.
Yeah, and just a quick shout out to Antoine Griezmann. When the guy is not scoring goals, he's blocking Lautaro Martinez shot from outside his own box.
Diego, it don't matter if you're the club's leading goal scorer. You're back there blocking shots.
Filled in
Mm.
heaven with Griezmann and Atletico. It was just meant to be. Then Morata.
Useless individual. That one. Very useless individual. very, very, very useless
I'll
individual.
say if there's only one thing that Simeone did wrong this entire game, it's that he took off Griezmann for Saul, who then missed the penalty.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Saul.
I mean,
Knew
I'm
knew he would miss the penalty. I saw that.
Griezmann would have scored that penalty.
Oh yeah. Come
I
on.
mean, I understand why he took Griezmann off. Because Saul came on while there was still time left in extra time, and Griezmann had pretty much ran his legs into the ground. So,
Yeah, man. Griezmann, man, he gives everything every game. Everything.
like,
Yeah. What a
there's
play.
to be honest, there was probably more of a chance of Griezmann missing as well. His penalty as well. So, because due to just how tired his legs were.
Mhm.
Because before he was getting taken off, he couldn't even track back anymore. Granted, and that man had been tracking back the whole game.
All bro. Every single play, bro.
man, man was tracking back the entire game.
And he's playing well center forward behind Morata, but still. Yeah.
I think an investigation needs to be done into Atletico Madrid and where their money is going. Because I'm like, you guys really don't have anybody
They're
better
making
to
that
hang
money.
on
They're making that
than
money. You
than
know
Saul
they
Niguez.
they only they only they only signed the rejects. Barcelona rejects
Yeah, their transfer policy needs to be
what's his name?
studied. I
Griezmann.
don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. It's really quite simple. If you were rejected by any Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City, Juventus, Bayern, come to us. We're available.
It's
Always.
not working. I'm pretty sure they had Saul on an 8-year contract. Oh, they only loaned him to us. Thank God.
Yes, only loan.
It was back by the end of the year.
It's
Hallelujah.
back home.
Well, and on that note,
8-year contract.
that's where we'll leave Champions League for now. The quarterfinal draw will take place on Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, 12 p.m. Central Time. So, catch us next week's episode. We'll discuss the quarterfinal draw, what our expectations are, any surprises that we see from the draw, and our predictions. But as we said, there was a lot to talk about. And other than the Champions League that took place this week, we had a quintessential match in the Premier League that took place this past match week, and on Sunday, in fact, between one Liverpool and my Manchester City. Now, this game was really well. First off, if you were a neutral, if you did not have any horses in this race, it was a phenomenal game. Probably the best game of the season, in my opinion. Most definitely, if not the best game of the season, most definitely the best draw of the season.
The second best game, Chelsea, Man City 4-4.
Okay,
Definitely not.
I can give you that. That was
But it's the second. No, it's the second best of the season.
okay. I'll give you that. But what'd you say? You said it's not even what? Checks?
It's not even top 10 of the best games. It was a disappointment,
Would
honestly.
you
On both sides.
would you stop
On
it?
both sides.
Would you
But
stop it?
one game was a
Oh my
neutral.
gosh.
No, like screw the neutral. If you're a neutral watching Liverpool, Man City, you need to go pick a team and come back. Don't watch another game until you pick a team in the Premier League, because that game was a disappointment for both teams. Yeah, somebody should have won that.
Gosh. Oh my.
Yeah, sorry.
Well,
You know, sometimes
if
that's just how it is, man. That's just how, it was a tactical battle
I'm
between,
sorry.
Klopp and Pep, and it canceled each other out.
no,
That's
but
really what it was. It was a tale of two halves. In the first half, we were pretty much dominating, doing our thing. John Stones was able to step into the midfield, really, open up things, allow Kevin De Bruyne to open up and try to link up with Haaland. Although, Van Dijk and the crew was doing a hell of a job defending him. Um, But what really changed the pace after that, after we scored, of course, was Ake's foolish. Oh my gosh, our left side is the weakness. Has been our weakness all season long, and lo and behold, the single mistake that does us in the match comes from that left side. Ake, a
Wait, wait,
foolish pass.
wait.
Go
Your
ahead.
left side? Are you sure it was just your left side in that match? I think both.
Listen, no,
It's
no, 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 no. I will say this. I will say this. Luis Diaz,
Walker.
Luis, Luis Diaz and Kyle Walker had a fight. They had a battle. And I know, listen, no, 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 no. I know you, there were times where he made Walker look silly, but Walker blocked, listen, Walker blocked every single attempt that he was there. There was one where he put Walker on the floor and Walker
Bro,
still got up to block that cross. He really did put that man on the floor. I literally thought it was over. I thought they were gonna score us on that play, and Walker got up and still blocked the cross.
because
Like
Bruce
it was.
couldn't finish. If he could
Stop
finish,
it.
he would have
Stop
a
it.
hat trick. We know this. He would have
Listen, man.
2 goals.
Listen, man. I will say this: in the second half, we were lucky to come out with a draw
Yeah.
because after Ake's debacle of a pass that forced Ederson into having to make a decision, which he made the bad one in diving for that and creating a penalty and injuring himself in the
Yeah.
process,
Yeah.
we lost the outlet ball to Haaland because although Ortega can do it, he's not as accurate as Ederson, and so that literally took that out of the way, and that was the only way we could get the Haaland to De Bruyne connection going. And because of that, that pretty much forced us into a regular back four, and he could not, John Stones could not jump into the midfield and could not let KDB go free. And because of that, KDB was a liability, and that's why Pep took him off and brought on Kovacic, which I understand now that I've slept on it, but I still think instead of KDB, it should have been Foden and Alvarez to come off with the same subs. Foden and Alvarez should have came off. Yes, listen, I am an objective. I've told you all season long. I am very objective. When guys are successful, I have all the praises. When
Very
guys are
objective.
successful, I have all the praises. When they're not so much, I have to talk it and speak on it how it is, and that's how it was. Phil Foden, I'm sorry to
Honestly,
say, he
I
didn't
don't.
do much for us.
I don't think it was Alvarez's fault because you're playing him on the
Nah,
left. He doesn't play left wing. He's a center forward, center attacking mid or striker. Phil
bro, we had
Foden.
no choice.
I'm not surprised.
We had no
What
choice.
you did. Phil Foden.
And
He's a, he's an
we
okay.
actually had Bernardo Silva out there, and
You should
they would switch.
yes, you
They would
should have
switch.
put
They
him
would
more in
switch.
the middle next with De Bruyne and put Bernardo Silva out there. Because like I said, Phil Foden's game is literally go and watch Andres Iniesta. That's his game. Now Iniesta could play on the wing, but he wasn't as effective. Not even nearly as effective. I'm just telling you.
By the time Pep switched to that, instead of KDB being there, it was Kovacic, and Kovacic just doesn't have the right dynamic to play next to Foden, so it just made that really null and void. I mean, we did a lot better holding onto the ball, and that's how we were able to, tough out the draw in the end. But, kudos to Liverpool because we were lucky at the end. Definitely hanging on at the end. Definitely
You're
hanging
going
on.
to miss
I
Jurgen
mean, my
Klopp.
main that and that,
Bad,
that 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 brings me to my main
bad.
disappointment is that Liverpool should have won that game, and they didn't take that opportunity at Anfield to win. There have been too many draws at Anfield this season. Way too
Luis
many
Diaz,
draws.
bro. That game, that was all Luis Diaz. That was it.
Louis.
It was all in his
But hey,
hands.
there's one highlight that that's spring, but it's like Darwin Nunes. Please give him his flowers, bro. Darwin Nunes has been
Yes,
exactly what I said he would turn into. And yes, he has turned into a reliable goal scorer. The misses,
you're
Marcus,
right.
you can
You're
focus
right.
on the misses all you want, but it's the consistency and getting in those situations and making chances and winning penalties and getting assists and the build up play. When a striker is a baller, he's a baller. And Darwin
You're
Nunes,
right. Absolutely
he's
right.
not. No more jokes about Darwin Nunes because his record speaks for himself. So
You're right. I have to. as I said earlier, I'm very objective, and as publicly was harsh on him, I need to publicly, you know, you know, give him his flowers, as you said. He has been, good. He has been in great form these last few games. I think it's going on 10 games now, actually. And so I think he's graduated from the point of I can no longer use him as the main striker to compare him to with Nicholas Jackson. So going forward, Nunez, just know I will no longer be comparing you with Nicholas Jackson. From this day forward, I'll be comparing Nicholas Jackson to Timo Werner. That's what I'll be doing.
Oh, the
That's
slander,
what I'll
the
be doing.
slander, the
What do you mean
slander.
slender? What do you mean? What do you mean? I gave him his flowers now.
Nicholas Jackson is
More
two Premier
accurate.
League goals
Man, don't talk to me
away.
about that. Don't talk to me about
Nicholas
Nicholas Jackson,
Jackson
man.
is two Premier League goals away from being a better Chelsea striker than anybody bar Drogba and Costa. So I'll just leave it at that. Y'all want to slander or you want. Like the same way you slander Nunes
You
at the
should
end
be
of the season,
slandering
we're
by with that
we'll have this
statement.
conversation
Your
again.
ire should be directed at your front office. By that statement, your ire should be directed at your front office.
Bro, now it's deflected from Jackson slander to front office slander. Like, no, I just said a
Hey,
fact. It's a
I'm
fact.
just saying.
You know, like you
I'm
can
just
slander
saying.
the front
And my
office all you want, but
and my point is,
comparing
whose fault
comparing
is it that that
Jackson
is a
to
fact?
Timo is crazy because
So
there's
what
at
did team
least
was Timo not a Chelsea striker?
Yeah, but he didn't.
he's
His
clear. He's
same
already
was not
clear.
as good as
He's
He's
his.
already
already much
he's
clearer
already
than
clear. Let us. That's why we
the
love
only
transfer market.
striker who has had a single, apart from Drogba and Costa, that has a single season better
Don't
performance
worry.
than Nicholas Jackson
Don't don't
is Morata.
worry.
And Morata had
Don't
11.
worry.
And
Don't.
Morata ended up not being very good.
Exactly. So it's like there's not really like we already sent you the Athletic article. You obviously didn't read it. He has
Listen,
justified
nah, listen,
his price.
listen.
You
Somebody
just
you
didn't
just
read the
told me.
article.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so by this, I'm looking at here, Nicholas Jackson in 31 Chelsea appearances, he has 12 goals, 3 assists. Okay, so I'm looking at Timo Werner here. He has, 89 Chelsea appearances. He has 23 goals, 21 assists. Okay, so he just might be already clear. He
He's
just
clear.
might be. He just might be. He just might be.
He's clear
I'll
already.
give that to you.
Read
I'll give
the
that to
read
you.
the
I'll give
Athletic
that to you.
article that was sent to the chat this morning, and you understand.
I'm not a Chelsea
That's all
fan
you
now.
need to.
Come on now. Come on
Just read
now.
the Athletic
Okay, so all
article.
right, all right, all right. So
You
okay.
listen to me.
We've
Just read
graduated from Timo. So okay,
it.
all right, all right. I'm sorry. I won't compare him to Timo. I'll compare it to Richarlison.
Okay. This
Is that not a comparison?
no,
Is
it's fine.
that
It's
I'm,
fine.
I'm,
It's whatever.
his number
It's
is 15. So the more likely comparison is young Drogba because they have identical numbers.
fair
it's
enough?
fine. It's
I
fine.
just
You
think
can compare him to whoever you want, but you know,
I
we
mean,
know from
young Drogba wasn't that like a world class striker. Like nobody
that's
really
fair.
played him like that. But he was still productive.
That's
It's
fair.
okay.
That's fair.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Mhm.
That's fair. All right, with the draw, right? Here's what that does to the table. So the draw, and of course Arsenal, they won their match this past weekend, as they've been on a run in the Premier League. You would think they would take that to the Champions League, but we'll leave that for another day. But Premier League table standings is as so: Arsenal 64 points, with 46 as goal difference, plus 46. Liverpool 64 points, plus 39 goal difference, and us, as in Manchester City, with 63 points, plus 35 goal difference. All of us have 28 games played. This title race is officially a three-horse race. So now, with that being said, who do you guys still think is the favorites? Of course, I have to roll with my guys, but so that's obvious. So go ahead. We'll let you guys speak. Um,
Well, my favorite hasn't changed, so go ahead, Shex. If
and
you're
who's
working,
that? You said Liverpool's still your favorite?
No, it was never Liverpool. It was always Man
Oh,
City.
oh, okay. Thank you.
But I think Shags is already wearing his favorite color shirt right now, right?
My favorite has not changed either.
Yeah,
For
Reds.
Arsenal, they still have to play Chelsea and Man City, Aston Villa, Spurs, Man United.
Oh God, don't mention Aston Villa again, please don't.
All of those teams. They have to
We'll be
play
discussing them
Wolves.
in a moment. We'll be discussing them in a moment.
Unless Arsenal have to win 10 games in a row to win this Premier League. Like let's just get it out the way. That's what they literally have to do. They have to
Starting
win
with
all
us.
10 games, and yeah,
It's starting with us. Oh
that's
no,
simply
No, starting with
that's
starting with
right. You're
Chelsea.
right. No, but
no,
did
starting with
So
us. It's the 31st.
our game?
Unless are you saying
oh,
are you
our game
saying are
is
you kind of
postponed. Our game hasn't been scheduled yet. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's Man City next.
Mhm.
So if I compare Man City and Liverpool's next 10 games, ooh,
It's hard. It's not even anywhere near as difficult as theirs is. All those
Yeah.
6-0, 8-0, 5-0 Kai Havertz goals, injury time goals, tap ins.
Wait, so you think
yeah.
our run-ins are easier than
Speaking of, I was speaking of like, I don't understand celebrating Kai Havertz scoring the fourth goal in a 6-0 win against the 28th place
I
team, but
know you
I'll
not
allow it.
talking. I know you better allow it with the way you both were celebrating Jackson after the demolition of Spurs,
It's
knowing it
Patrick
was 9 men Spurs.
Scholes.
9 men Spurs.
No.
I,
Stop.
this is
Whoa,
another thing.
whoa.
Like y'all keep taking it back to a
He
man
scored
scored a hat
three.
trick.
He was
A
the
man scored
reason
a
we
hat
won.
trick. What's better than a
Literally.
hat trick?
What are you
Scoring
talking
the
about?
fourth goal in the 6-0 win against a 28th place team, or scoring a
At
hat
least there
trick in a
was
win?
at
Like,
least
come
there was
on.
a full team on the at least there was a full team on the pitch. You were
Who's-
playing nine
Three
men.
goals are better
That's
than one.
You were playing you were
it's
playing
not
nine
It's
men.
personal.
so
And you
He
know what
scored two
also
goals.
happened? He also
He
scored
scored two
against you in
goals
the next
after it was
game.
he scored 2 goals after it was 9 men. Come on now. Don't that's
I think
whose
y'all
fault is
have
that?
you're right, but
faulty
still.
memory.
Whose
Y'all
fault?
have a
No,
faulty
we can't
memory.
say that. I can easily
I
say
can't celebrate a
Arsenal
hat trick
played
anymore.
when they won
You
8-0. Like, come
You
on.
could celebrate. You could celebrate. All I'm saying is, since you celebrated that, I know you're not talking about this. That's all. That's all my point was.
I mean,
No,
y'all are
it
the
has
ones
not.
that are still hurt over. You keep bringing up his hat trick game. We
There,
don't mention it anymore, but you keep oh, you guys celebrated too hard. No, we didn't. You keep bringing it up.
I
Meanwhile,
know
he
what this
cleared
is.
majority of
You're
your
upset.
attack rate.
I know what this is. You're upset that Kai Havertz has never shown this kind of form in a Chelsea shirt.
No, I
It's
don't
yes,
okay.
understand.
You can
No, I do
express.
not
You can
understand scoring the
express,
fourth goal in a 5-0 win. And you want to come and say, oh, Kai Havertz,
bro. This is the first time you scored.
So?
No, Zach. No, Zach. This is the first time you scored in consecutive Premier League matches.
so has he scored a hat trick for Arsenal yet?
Okay,
He
that's
did
fair.
for us. Has he scored in the cup final for Arsenal yet? He did for
At the
us.
end
So
of the
I don't know what you're
season,
saying.
At the end of the
I said
season,
form. You know,
wait, wait,
you're talking about
Zach,
one off
Zach, let me
occurrences.
wrap this up. Let me
Former
wrap this
titles.
up
Whoa, whoa,
before
whoa.
we run out of
It's
time.
talking off. Wait, so you said wait before you finish your point on Arsenal. I just wanna clarify for both myself and the listeners. Your favorite is Liverpool.
Yeah, his
Let's
favorite.
get back to
Yeah,
it. Before I get back to the lip, we got distracted. At the end of the season, I'm
Okay,
gonna
that's
do a full analysis of Kai Havertz goals, when he scored them, and if they actually mattered. So before
okay.
that, let's get back to it.
yeah.
Liverpool and Man City, and also I'll be doing that analysis when they end up with the same amount of trophies as Chelsea. So it will be extra satisfying.
Right.
Comparing
Manny
Liverpool
better be
and
here
Man
for that episode.
City's run-ins. Liverpool are not playing any team that is on or above their level. Um, I think Man City are the favorites on paper, but I think if Liverpool win all their games, they will win the league. If Man City win all their games, they will not win the league. And that is
Yeah, we
why
drew
I
too
will
many
keep
times.
Liverpool as my favorites to win the league this year. Also, Klopp last season tax, and the entire the refs are in Klopp's and Liverpool's pocket to make them win everything, and all the calls are going to go their way. So I stick with Liverpool as my favorite to win, despite
No,
Man City
actually,
being
nah, we have one more loss. Hmm.
yeah,
Does that
they're
math
apparently
does
ahead
that
of you.
math go on? They have one more draw than us. Okay, so I think if they draw one more game, it should even out the points.
The
You
if
really think
no,
Liverpool's
no,
gonna
it will
go?
only even out the point if they lose one more game and that same week you draw. That will even out the points.
No, but I'm saying if we don't lose, they would need to draw for us to for it to even out the points.
If you don't lose,
Yes, because that will
if
give
they
them
draw
two
and
more
you don't
loss. They would
lose,
give.
you're ahead of them. No, you're ahead of them because they
Oh, okay.
they would lose 2 points and you'll get 1 point. Yeah, you'll be ahead of them by 1 point. They
Okay.
get
All right.
one, you
Then
get three. You'll
okay.
be ahead
All
of
right.
them. They already one ahead, so you'll be one ahead of them. It wouldn't even it out.
All right. All right. That's
But
fine. That's
if
fine.
Liverpool win all their remaining games, which on paper I don't see any reason why they should not win their remaining games, they win the Premier League.
You really think they're gonna win all their games? Okay.
Do you think
All right.
Man City are going to win all their games? Do you think Arsenal
Yes.
will?
Here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. We get past Arsenal and we also have to play Aston Villa. We get past Arsenal. We get past Aston Villa.
It's on stretch.
Yeah, you absolutely right. You absolutely right.
And
You
Man City
absolutely
is
right.
capable of running off 8-9. You really think Liverpool is as
I don't think Man City are capable of beating Arsenal.
okay?
Let's just put
Say
that
that.
there.
We
That's
also play Spurs. Actually, we also play Spurs. So yikes,
Oh wait,
yikes, yikes, yikes. So
yeah.
those are the
that,
three.
that's the one game. That's the
Those are the
one.
three. Those are the three
You also
matches:
go to
Arsenal,
Crystal
Aston
Palace.
Villa,
I
Spurs.
don't think your record against
I'm not
Crystal Palace
concerned.
is that great. So
It. You know what? I'm not concerned.
Not Crystal Palace with Conor Gallagher, but do you see Conor Gallagher in a Crystal Palace shirt? No. So they're good.
they have a Barachi
Wow,
Eze.
you're actually right.
Mm-hmm.
Will Eze be healthy?
Well,
Right.
that's the thing.
Will Eze
Then
be healthy?
I think the
Is he?
next game determines everything. Beat Arsenal, but I don't think I think that game will also be a draw. Yeah,
Nah. If we draw that game, regardless, it's looking slow for us.
it's a
But
wrap.
all right. On that note, so we discuss the title race, which is the first three places either way, regardless if you look at it. There's only one place left, for what we know is automatic qualification to the Champions League. Now,
Yes.
due to the nature of the new format, we may get a fifth place, but I'm not even going to be concerned about that. We're just going to stick to the top four. Now, with that being the case, there was a decisive battle for top four that took place this past weekend, between one Tottenham
Was it,
Hotspur and Aston
I wouldn't
Villa.
really call that a battle. It
I mean,
was
the first half started as such. It only blew up. It only blew up in the second half.
it was more of a father teaching his son a lesson. Like his son like sneaked out of the house and he came back. It's like, come here, enter my room, lock the door. That was
Oh
what
my
it was.
gosh.
Go on. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, I guess everybody has their own interpretation of it. I thought it was a fairly competitive first half, and then the
Still
second
Werner
half.
scoring?
All right, you got to give the man credit now. Since he's been in the Spurs uniform, he's actually been performing.
Okay.
He's actually been performing. Cut the man some slack. I know he didn't perform in a Chelsea shirt, but that does not mean unadulterated hatred.
Yeah, we missed the Champions League, so he did good. Oh, really?
That's
Sorry.
crazy. Did he win you, or was he just on the team?
Potatoes,
He
tomatoes,
scored
the
some.
same.
That's crazy.
On the team.
He put in work. He put in valuable work that helped us win. He wasn't just there. He scored. He assisted. He made runs.
valuable asset.
Yeah,
That's
perfect. Yep.
valuable
Okay,
asset.
fair play, fair play, fair play. But as Zach, mentioned, the second half it really wasn't all that competitive, and I think at one point Aston Villa just gave up. And
The coach is
you
from
really, well, yes, because John McGinn lost his mind and really just said, honestly, a good a
Well,
good 10, 15 yards before the tackle, that man decided, yes, I'm not gonna get this ball. This
Yep.
man, I'm just going to kill him.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he did. He killed him and got the red and got the straight red for it. And he's definitely going to be suspended the next two games. So that's that. So I think because those next two games might coincide with when we see them. It does. It does.
Mhm.
It does. Okay, John McGinn will not be playing. Beautiful. So
Next
that means
might be better for them because I think their midfield group is better without John McGinn when you play Bubakara and Douglas Luiz, and then you put the talented little kid in front of them. What's his name? Ramsey. Watch out, Man City. I think that might not be good for
hey
y'all.
man, all I know is in the reverse leg, it was Leon Bailey that was giving us issues. So
Obviously, right?
Leon Bailey was giving us so many issues that John McGinn was pretty much free to terrorize however you wanted on the other end because nobody was paying attention. So now it's good to know that he won't be a factor and we can just focus on Leon Bailey because as I said, that left side is a problem. But back to the top four chances. This colossal loss to Tottenham has to ruin Aston Villa's chances, don't you think?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
Tottenham does have a game in hand, and it's 55 points to 53 points.
yep, yes, to all the above.
they have a game in
Shags,
hand.
what says you?
I mean, let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Tottenham do have a
Unless you
game
think
in
Spurs are gonna blow it,
I don't
hand.
think so,
which I still think
But
they might find a
I
way.
think Spurs.
bro. It's not
I
the
think
same
Spurs
Spurs
are
of.
going to
This is not
blow
the
it.
Spurs of old.
I think Spurs are
That's crazy.
Spurs. Honestly, my money is on Aston Villa finishing fourth
Wow.
because Spurs have a draw a space of 4 games where they go to Newcastle, they host Arsenal, they host Man City, and then they go to
It's
Anfield.
Yeah, okay,
And I
wait a
don't think they're
Newcastle's.
wait a
Hold
minute,
on,
that.
please.
Newcastle's not a fight these days.
If me picking them to win the title like an idiot in the beginning of the season, please, I apologize if you will keep rating them so high that you keep having to mention that, oh, we have to play Newcastle. You saw what a team in 11th place who has coach who hasn't won anything in the Premier League and 22-year-olds
Chelsea is an
just did to Newcastle.
anomaly. Chelsea is an anomaly
You
when it
know,
comes to comparing these things.
Newcastle is not, they should not be respected.
I don't think anomaly is the right word, bro. Here's
Okay,
what they listen. Look.
leave Newcastle out
Mudryk
of
has
it.
not looked. Hold on. Wait. Mudryk has not looked like a Premier League player since putting on the Chelsea shirt. The man pulled up. Wait. Stop. All we've had is questions.
Okay.
All the media has had is questions. So that's where I'm coming at that from. I
Mhm.
understand how you two feel about Mudryk, but hey, the media is the media. All I'm speaking
You
on
do
is
not
what they
understand
say in the
anything
reports.
about Mudryk
Now,
at all.
now,
At all.
listen.
Because
Now, listen.
Mudryk has not started 2 consecutive games for Chelsea this season. Go and look it
That's
up.
fair. That's the nitty and gritty. That's the
And
nitty and
that's
gritty
on
of it all.
and that's on
However,
and that's on Poch.
hey, that's the
Every
nitty and
he'll
gritty of
start
it all.
again, he'll score, he'll get an assist. Next game's
However,
no.
how,
So
however, that
don't
goal that he
insert
scored,
random Modric
that
slander
goal that
in
he
the
scored,
game where he came
It's
off the
it
bench
wasn't,
and scored.
it wasn't
Where
slander. You
I'm
can
not
go
gonna
look up the
allow it.
reports. You can
I'm
go,
not gonna allow it. I'm not gonna allow
you
it.
can
I'm
go
not gonna
look up
allow
the
it. So
reports.
if you discount Newcastle,
Shay,
Spurs have a run of 3
something.
games. Or let's stay on topic instead of just random Modric slander. Spurs have a run of 3 games where it is
you weren't letting him finish because I don't think he was slandering Modric. He was trying to get to his point because I was hearing his point, but you weren't letting him finish.
I mean, you can go look up the reports. All I was doing was just saying what the reports were. Now,
That what?
He was talking about the goal, is what I was saying. That's
but
why
his,
What
he's
are the
there with
reports,
that.
Marcus? What did the reports say,
I mean, bro,
Marcus?
you can go look it up, bro. All the
What,
reports they've
what?
had is questions on whether he was a right signing. Now, that being the case, the
That's
goal that I
slander. That's
saw,
all you have to say. It was making no point there.
the goal that I saw, the goal that I saw, his first touch, immaculate. Second touch, two touches erased an entire defense,
The whole line. The whole
an
line.
entire defense, an entire defense.
It was like
A-
Obito going right through you.
And that's the Newcastle you're telling people should be worried about.
Thank you. Shit. Thank you. Thank you. They're suspect. That's all I'm saying. They're
I think
suspect.
I think
Heavy.
I don't think it's more about worried about Newcastle. I think it's Modric showing his quality than we don't need to
That's
worry about Newcastle again. Because it's like, okay, because Modric scored a great goal, now we don't need to be worried about Newcastle. It's Modric slander. No, Spurs should be worried about a team in the later stages of the season that have something to prove. And they should be worried
Out of it.
that the next week they have to host Arsenal. And they
Newcastle
should
has
be
been falling
worried
like a
that the week
anchor.
after that they have to host Man City, and they should be worried that the week after that they have to go to Anfield. So, as I was saying, my money is on Aston Villa finishing fourth because Spurs are Spurs.
Newcastle has been falling like an anchor.
yeah.
There's a reason. Is a
Tripper's out too. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's not
And
back until
what's his name? The guy that Mudrik embarrassed. I was so happy it was him, Livramento. I was like, thank you.
I don't think he's injured, but Anthony Gordon, he looks like he's out 3 to 6 months.
He's out. Yeah, Anthony Gordon might be out, man. And
Not
Are we
might. It was
talking
confirmed
about
today. Definitely
Newcastle,
out.
or are we talking about who is going to finish top four apart from Aston Villa or Spurs? I don't know why we're talking about Newcastle.
No,
because
because
part of the
you
first
see,
conversation.
yeah,
I'm
you said
just
Newcastle.
wondering, like, is it a top four conversation, or is it a
So
Newcastle or shit conversation because Chelsea beat them?
no, well, the point that we are trying to make with that is because Newcastle, like you brought it up, is on Spurs' schedule. So we're saying that. Well, we were saying that they're going through issues, and like we don't think that they're like that much of a threat. That's all. That's all we're trying to say. So yeah,
Okay, but they also
but
play the top three their next three games after Newcastle. So do you guys think they're still gonna finish above Aston Villa?
Absolutely,
yes, because Aston Villa
absolutely.
could lose to Nottingham Forest or Sheffield United. Did you watch the Tottenham game?
Aston Villa does not have good losses on their record.
They don't.
They
They
do
could lose
not.
to Newcastle, and we don't think Newcastle's very good. Am I wrong, Marcus? Like
No, you're correct.
they could lose to anybody at this point.
Looking at Aston Villa's fixtures, the gimmies on their schedule, I think they're more susceptible to losses than the
There are
gimmies.
no gimmies. They have
Well,
no gimmies, bro. Spurs have some gimmies. Aston
I
Villa,
mean,
they have
with
no.
Bright, I'm looking at Brighton, right? They have Brighton,
Mhm.
Liverpool, and Crystal Palace to close out the season
They-
in May, right? With Brighton's form all season, that has to be a gimme.
Okay, fair enough.
But that's what I'm saying. I would still expect Brighton to actually look how they did in the weekend when they got that win. You feel me?
Right.
Whereas if it was Spurs going up against Brighton, I don't care what Brighton is about to do. I don't think Spurs is about to do anything, and that's
Fair.
really all my point. So I think I understand Spurs are going to see the top three, in that gauntlet. I think all they really need to do to get out of that, they go out of that top three,
Team
getting two
one get
points.
one of those games. Because, like, is
You
anyone
say
threatening Spurs and Aston Villa for that fourth spot? Man, is
Man
anyone?
U's no,
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 I
no.
didn't mention them for a
Who's
reason.
who?
Nobody.
Mm-mm.
There's nobody
So
else.
yeah, at this point, it's one or the other. So, but for Aston Villa to collapse like that to that team, that like you're fighting against them, it's not like they lost like 2-1, 1-0, bro. Nah, yeah, just all belief just went out.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it looks
I
like
don't.
as far. What were you saying? Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think that one game is enough to make me trust Spurs over
Okay.
Aston Villa, but we shall
Oh
see.
no, I don't trust Spurs. No, I just trust Aston Villa. Less.
Me, I trust Spurs. Me, I trust Spurs. I'm a big believer of Poch. I mean, of Ange,
You
Ange
are
Ball,
a coach.
Ange Ball,
You
Ange
are
Ball. I do
Even
support Poch. I do support Poch. Listen, honestly, if y'all
with
here's
his
my
chest.
ideal for Perch. So here's what I'm saying. I think y'all finna really let go of Poch. I think Poch should take this sacking like a man and go directly to Brighton.
That would be good.
That's
Actually.
that's where I think that's how I think that transition should go. Go directly to Brighton, and then when you see Chelsea, give them a good lashing. That's all you have to do. You're gonna see them twice a year. Give them a good lashing. That's it.
He
But
needs to learn how to give Brentford a lashing first before he starts thinking about giving Chelsea a lashing. A little
Hey,
bit.
now wait.
you see,
Wow.
talk,
Go
talk,
figure out how to beat Wolves first, and then and then you can figure out how to lash Chelsea.
Wow.
maybe don't need
But
him.
yes, you know,
Wow.
I don't know if I've made
Wow.
this point before in on the podcast, but watching Chelsea this the rest of the year is just watching a dead man walking. The only joy I
Oh,
see is potentially ending Arsenal's title race and getting knocked out of the FA Cup. If it were up to me, I would lose all the games just to guarantee Poach gets sacked, but that's not gonna happen. So yeah, it doesn't
but
matter
here's the
when.
thing.
I'll sacrifice every other game as long as we beat Arsenal. I'll sacrifice losses in every other game as long as we beat Arsenal that one game at the Emirates. So I don't really care about
You sound like a broken man.
Facts.
I still hope.
Facts.
If Poach, I stand where I've always been. If Poach doesn't win anything, I don't care where he is at.
He's not
He's
going
out.
to, bro.
I'll help him pack his bags. He'll
I'm empty.
drive his kids and his wife and have them meet him at the airport for him. All right.
So this is the last point before we close this episode. You do realize this is Poach's first season, right?
When has that ever mattered? We
Damn.
fired. Wait, didn't we fire Graham Potter after 6 months?
Damn.
Didn't we fire who did we fire again? Then the replacement got fired. Then the interim got replaced by someone who we fired after 3 months.
Damn.
I don't think that statement is valid when it comes to a club like Chelsea. We we don't care.
If
We're
Graham
about
Potter is
titles.
such a great coach, he
So
should at least qualify for some type of Europe. Give us Conference League. But he's not even going to do that.
no, I need a title. I need the
Like
FA
we
Cup.
said,
If we get knocked out of the FA Cup, it's over. If we get
I
knocked out
mean,
of the FA Cup, it's over.
but in comparison, I don't think Arteta qualified for Europe in his first season.
Again, what club does Arteta
what
coach
goes
for?
for Arsenal does not go for Chelsea.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Fair
When
enough.
was the last time Arsenal won the Premier League? Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh,
Hey,
so
man.
one last honorable mention to Anthony Elanga for making Manchester United look stupid by scoring more goals than all their forwards. So
Hey, wow. Wow.
and
Shots.
Gibbs White looks definitely better than Phil Foden.
Actually, let me go see.
You
Where
just
is
have to stick. You
Forest?
just have to stick that one
Forest.
in
Forest.
there. No, Lord. All right.
You know, if Everton wasn't down there, I would say Forest is going to get relegated with all the nonsense that you're
Not
speaking.
getting relegated. Stop. Don't put that bad luck on their name. They're fine. The line guys do. Hudson Odoi is looking like a player. I might say.
Listen, all I know is at the end of the season, Nottingham Forest is going to have a lot.
This
Those
might be
some of
the
those players
first
won't even be
season.
there.
I'll have to check, but I think this is going to be like the first season in a while where all three promoted teams went straight down.
Oh,
Nah,
really?
I
Luton is
don't know when
staying.
the last
Don't do
time
that.
that happened was.
Luton
You think I believe in
Luton
Luke.
is staying. Luton is staying. Don't do that.
I
Luton is
believe in
staying.
them too, man. I
Luton
really
is
Luton's
do.
staying.
getting relegated over Luton.
It's definitely between Everton and Forest. Because you look at Luton's run-ins.
All
Luton
right.
has Luton
I'm
has
looking at
Luton
the
has
record. It's
Forest.
a whole lot of red. The only draw was against Crystal Palace in their last 5 games.
No, I'm looking at the fixtures going forward, bro. They have Forest coming up.
Mm-hmm.
They have Forest coming up. They have Spurs. That's gonna be tough. Arsenal's gonna be tough. Bournemouth, that could be good. Then they have City. It's gonna be tough. Brentford, that could be good. Wolves, that could be good. Everton.
They're getting
Honest.
relegated.
Hold on. Wait. They beat. Damn.
Don't believe it.
Damn.
They're
Damn.
not gonna beat
Y'all have no
Nottingham
faith.
Forest their next game. They're not beating Nottingham Forest. Like
You think you're not beating
they're coming
Forest?
back.
It's what Hudson Odoi or what's the name? I want E. No, they're not. I'm sorry.
Damn. All right. Well, on that note, we've come to the another end of yet another episode. If you're rocking with us for this long and you've listened to us all the way through, we appreciate you. As always, like, comment, subscribe, leave a rating on all the podcast platforms. Share with your friends, your family, all that good stuff. And as always, we will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.